because the impurities, whatever the impurities are there, that will be settled down and the heavier particles will be settled down in the bottom of this thing. So, it will be the sedimentation. Again it will repeat, then the muddy water will be, it will keep some time the muddy water. After some time this muddy water, you will see the clear water will be visible in the upper part of the beaker, and in the lower part you will see the impurities are being settled down. So, this kind of separation of the sediments from the water is called sedimentation. Okay. So, here we will talk, in this method a mixture of water and insoluble particle is allowed to stand undisturbed in a container for some time. The heavy insoluble particles will be settled down at the bottom of the container, and the layer of the impurities is called the sediments. So, this is the layer of the impurities, this is the layer of the impurities, this is called, this layer of impurities are called sediments, or you can say these insoluble impurities settled down, these are called the sediments. So, this is the sediments. This part is called the heavier part impurities, or it is I mean this kind of impurities actually insoluble, or you can say insoluble heavier particles which settle down on the bottom of the flask, those are called sediments. Now, this process followed by decantation. So, what is this decantation? Decantation, whatever the upper part, whatever the part, here you will see the sedimentation or the sediments are there. This is the sediments, and the water will be poured down, or you will see the water is being pouring down, the clear water is pouring down in another vessel. So, pouring the clear water into another clean vessel. So, the upper clear water is being pouring down into another vessel with the help of this glass rod. This kind of separation is called decantation. So, after the sedimentation, the process always followed, that is called decantation. What is decantation? In the decantation you will see the upper part or the clear part which is on the bottom, not on the bottom, which is on the surface of the beaker is being poured down into another fresh beaker or the clean beaker. This process is called decantation. Here the decantation is given. After sedimentation, the clear water is poured gently into the separate fresh container, and this is called the decantation. And we see every decantation always followed the sedimentation, or the sedimentation is always followed by decantation. Okay. So, without disturbing the sediments, if the clear water is being poured down into another fresh water, another fresh vessel, that process is called the decantation. Now, C is the filtration. Filtration you should know. The filtration, at first we should know the paper, whatever the paper is given here, or the which is the paper, we will take a piece of paper, and this paper is actually, this is called the filter paper. This is not the filter paper. So, the paper which we make in a cone shape. So, suppose this is the paper, filter paper, and we have to change the paper into the cone shaped, or we can make the paper into the cone shape. So, this is the cone shaped paper which is being settled into this keeper, or you can say this is the filter, or you can say this is the keeper, where we use, method is used to separate water from insoluble impurities which are being even in the clear water. So, after the decantation we will see some impurities are being just scattered within the clear water, like the dirt particle which are not being sedimentated and which are not being separated as a insoluble particle. Now, we have to these particles we have to separate out. They are so light in weight, so we cannot separate them by decantation. So, how we will separate? So, the filter, a mixture of paper and sand, a cone of filter paper is made and kept inside the funnel. So, this is the funnel. I have been shown you how to make the cone of the filter paper, and then we will keep inside it, and what whatever the water is being poured down in the decantation, this water is being taken here and pouring within this funnel. Now what will happen? Within this filter paper, all the insoluble impurities which are within the cone, it will be not filter out and they will settle within this cone. And within this cone is inside the filter, or you can say it is this cone is being settled down inside this funnel. So within the funnel and on the filter paper, all the impurities which was being scattering in the water, this decanted water, these all impurities will be just filter out from this filter paper. So this filter paper will take the sand and the whatever the sparged mud, sand does not pass through the filter paper, and these remains will be behind on the paper, and the paper which is being kept all the impurities which are not being filtered out, these are called this is the filtrate, or you can say the things or the residue. This is the residue, no? So this is the residue, and this residue is called this is the residue, and this residue is called this is the residue, and the water which is being crossed this filter paper and being poured in the this fresh beaker, this will be the clear water. Okay, so by this way, by using this filter paper, whatever the remaining on the filter paper, that will be called the residue part of the water, and which is being filtrate through this filter paper, that will be the clear water, and that is called the filtrate. So this is the filtrate water. Okay, this is filtrate. This clear water is called filtrate, and whatever is keeping here, that is insoluble solid residue. So on the filter paper you will get all the residue or the solid residue which was not being filtered or which were not being cleaned during the decantation. These all impurities will be cleaned by this filtration, and the water what we will get, that is the clear water. So these are the ways by which we can use to separate the insoluble particles or the insoluble impurities which are present in the water. Clear? So this clear water comes out from the filter paper and collected as a beaker kept below the funnel. This is called the filtrate. The method of purifying water is called the filtration, and this method is called filtration. Now these all methods we use for just taking out the insoluble particles or removal of the insoluble impurities from the water. Now one method is there which is very important method, and by which we can take out or remove the soluble particles or the soluble impurities in the water, and this process is called distillation, and it is very important. Now soluble impurities can be removed by following two methods. First one is evaporation. If we kept water, anything is soluble, suppose salty water, just like in the sea water we can see water is being evaporated and remaining residue is salt. So salt and sugar, they are not volatile, that means they cannot change into the steam, they cannot change the vapor, they cannot changes into the vapor. So they stay still, they remain in the ground or they remain in the vessel, and the water is being vaporized and they will changes into steam. So this is one method by which this method we use for making salt from the sea water, and this process is called evaporation, that you know. And the second process is called the distillation. Distillation is the process of this is a process both impurities and pure water can be obtained. So by this process we can get both impurities as well as the pure water. So first of all, this is a iron climb by which we are using this climb to attach this round bottom flask. This is the round bottom flask. it is a flask. And here there is an arrangement where we are using one Bunsen burner and we lit it. Okay. So, this is the fire, or you can say this is the burner. This is called the Bunsen burner, and from here we are just adjusting the fire. Oh, so from here we are giving this, and this gauge is called the this is the mesh of wire, and on this mesh of wire the round bottom flask is being kept. Here the impure water is there. So, impure water means the soluble impurities are within this water, that may be sugar, that may be salt. So, this kind of impurities are mixes with the water and they are here. Now, if we will warm this water, what will happen? Water will changes into water vapor and they will start to going up in the going up. As we know, vapor always that is a gaseous form. They will try to find out the outlet from where they will go out. So, they will escape from, they will get this outlet is here, and this outlet is actually connected with a fine funnel, or you can say a tube, a glass tube, and this glass tube is covered by a jacket or condenser. What is this condenser? When vapor is going through this rod, or you can say this tube, and when this is passing from this tube, cold water is being poured within this jacket with this condenser, and this make the jacket cool, and as the jacket will become cool, they will cool this tube or the glass tube, and within this glass tube the water vapor is there. When this water vapor touches the cold surface of the glass tube, they will also changes into water. So, by this way we will get the pure water, as this process is called the distillation. This water is called the distilled water. In distilled water you will not get any kind of impurities, even the no gases are there, no salt, sugar, organic material, nothing will be there, only the composition of the water will be there. That is the distilled water. And here in a residue we will get all the impurities. If it the salty water, then we will get the salt and the other impurities which are mixes with the water, and if that is a sugary water, then we can get the sugar, not in a particle form, but the residue will be the sugar substance, or you can the glucose substance. So, it will be the process by which we can separate the soluble residue, whatever the things are being soluble in the water, we can get in this round bottom flask and the pure distilled water within this flask. Okay. So, this is the way we can separate the process. So, here it is given in your book also, it is given, this is the, see, this is the round bottom flask. This is the wire gauge, you can say this is the wire gauge where the wire is given, and then this is the Bunsen burner by which we can flare up the light, or we can flare up the fire. So, the water will become hot and the steam will go out from this outlet, and this outer side, this is the tube and this is the glass tube which is joined to this flask again, and this glass tube is surrounded by a cool jacket. Sometimes it is called Liebig's jacket, and this is the condenser part. So, it gives the cold water on this surface or this glass tube, and when this glass tube become cold, then the steam which is going through this, it will become cool down and changes into water, and this water is being poured within this flask. So, this is the whole process, and this process is called distillation. This process is called distillation, and the water which we get, that is called the distilled water. Clear? So, this is the purification of the water. Here we are getting the pure distilled water. Now, purification of the drinking water, we know we must drink the pure water which is harmful to us, and if we drinking impure water, that is harmful to us. And a very common method for purifying the water is boiling it to us, and so we put purify water by using the following method. First one is boiling. Water is heated for 10 minutes. Boiling kills the germs present in the water and make the water pure. It is the simplest way to purify the water. Second one is chlorination. Adding the chlorine tablet in the water, and we know chlorine also kills the germs. That's why in the water tank and some time in the pond also we have seen they give the chlorine water or the bleaching water, as the chlorine is also a substance which is present in the bleaching water. So sometimes we give the bleaching water in some areas to clean the water, isn't it? So that is also a way to clean the water. Now chlorination means putting up the chlorine and killing the germs. So it will also a pure water, but there will be little bit chemicals will be remain. Now water purifier, which usually we use in our home, that is the RO water purifier. So electrical water purifier used to get pure water. Nowadays most of our houses RO is there. RO water purifier gives us pure water. But sometimes we see in RO purified water, minerals are being taken away, minerals are also being filtered away. So it is better to get TDS RO. That means they will remain the minerals, intact the minerals within your water purifier or within your water which has been filtered, and that is, I think that is good for your health. And that's all for the chapter. Next I will tomorrow I will take the exercise question of your book. So you tomorrow we will write all the question answers. Okay, thank you. Not yes, all the question answers which are present in this chapter. Thank you and have a nice day.